A letter sent to Zhao Le. This time, it brought the man I wrote to back to my side. Yunshao, Imperial Capital. Willows cast indistinct shadows as sunlight bathes the scene in golden hues. The long street teems with palanquins and pedestrians as bustling shops stand beneath the eaves. As I approach the courier station, a familiar person sees me and offers an apologetic smile.
My apologies, my lady, but there are no letters from Zhao Le today. Rest assured, I will notify the Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs once one arrives. May I ask whose letter you're waiting for? You're very concerned about it.
It's from a good friend. We haven't seen each other for quite some time, so I can't help but worry about him. After bidding farewell to the courier, I head to the Nanshan bookstore. There's nothing that needs my attention at the moment.
Our proprietor put in a tremendous amount of effort to acquire this catalog of ancient jade artifacts. This is the only original copy that's left. If you're interested, I can let you have it for 99 taels. Consider it a special offer.
I raise 2 fingers.
20 taels? Miss, 20 taels of silver wouldn't even cover the cost of a few pages in this book. Are you...
2 copper coins.
What?
Ignoring the clerk's parade of expressions, I pinch a page and gently rub it. The original manuscript of this catalog was published during the previous dynasty, which was over 40 years ago. But the paper in this book is new. It was made this year and artificially aged.
That's...
You foolish boy! This is the lady from the Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs. She oversees the Imperial Archives. How dare you display ignorance before a true expert?
The bookstore owner hurriedly comes over, scolds the clerk, and turns to me. An ingratiating smile is plastered across his face. Aside from the Jade Artifact catalog, he pressed the entire record of rare treasures into my hands. He insists it's compensation for the misunderstanding. But the Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs is a great distance away from here. How am I supposed to carry these books? Standing at the corner of the street with the heavy box, I'm contemplating whether or not to rent a small donkey when I hear the distant sound of galloping hooves. That man on horseback looks somewhat familiar. In the blink of an eye, a figure emerges through the swirling dust. With a face alight with confidence and vigor, he rides toward me while wearing elegant, flowing robes. When he's within arm's reach, he pulls the reins with a single, practiced motion. His fine steed comes to a stop, and he gazes at me.
My lady, it's been a year since I last saw you, yet you still carry a little box with books.
Narrowing my eyes under the sun, I take a moment to make out his features. Surprise and delight rush to me. I recognize him. Rafayel! Rafayel, Your Highness!
Fortunately, all that reading hasn't addled your brain. You still remember me.
Of course! I even sent you a letter to Zhao Le 2 months ago, but you never responded.
Your letter only spoke of new books and interesting stones you collected. You didn't even write a single word that implied you missed me. I see no reason to respond to such things.
I rub my forehead and look down the street. A sea of banners flutters in the distance, and I hear the rumble of approaching carriages and riders. A realization dawns on me. The distinguished guests who've kept the Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs running in circles are the diplomatic envoys you're leading.
You knew diplomats were arriving in the capital, But working in the Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs, you weren't aware of their identities?
I gently tug his sleeve as it hangs down over the horse's back. Now that I know you're the one, I'm happy.
Is that so? Why?
You're my good friend! Why wouldn't I be elated? 3 years ago, I was ordered to travel to Xiaola to collect and authenticate various rare jades and compile an illustrated catalog of them. By coincidence, I became acquainted with Rafayel, one of Xiaola's imperial princes. As time passed, he became my closest friend. After 2 years, I received orders to return to the capital. I had no choice but to hastily bid farewell to Rafayel and set off. But for some reason, Rafayel's expression suggests he's not satisfied with my answer.
A good friend. All right. Since I'm your good friend, shouldn't you properly entertain me?
I grab Raphael's outstretched hand. Then my body feels weightless as he lifts me and my books onto the horse in one fluid motion.
I don't know how to navigate these streets to reach the Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs. Would you be so kind as to guide me? Go.
Wait! Bouncing on the horse's back, I struggle to hold my books in one hand while barely managing to grasp his collar with the other. Galloping like this in the capital will get you fined 10 taels. The Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs deals with matters of the royal court, diplomats, and overseas affairs, auspicious and mournful. Officials of every rank hurry about so busily that their feet barely touch the ground. Vice Minister Zhou, responsible for receiving diplomats, is sweating profusely from standing in the sun. He sees Rafayel arrive and hurriedly steps forward to greet him. Just as he puts on a fawning smile, he notices me behind Rafayel, and his expression visibly stiffens for a moment.
Greetings, Your Highness. You've traveled for many days and nights. I prepared a welcoming banquet so you may rest after your arduous journey. Please proceed to...
My apologies, sir. I will not be attending. My attendants, however, are fatigued from the journey. I would be grateful if you could extend your hospitality to them instead.
Then, Your Highness, I also prepared...
Does this lady have any important matters to attend to? If not, then I wish to entrust all my affairs during my stay in Yunshao to her. Where are my living quarters?
I'm momentarily taken aback, but I quickly recall the location of the most well-prepared guest house. Follow me, Your Highness. As I lead Rafayel outside, I catch a glimpse of Vice Minister Zhou's distinctly unhappy expression. I wonder... Vice Minister Zhou is notorious for shirking his duties and being crafty about avoiding work. He never volunteers for troublesome tasks. So why is he eager to attend to Rafayel? The Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs has arranged the largest guest house in the area for the delegation. The building is adorned with elaborate furnishings, and every type of amenity is provided. The attendants bring Raphael's chest into the room before withdrawing. I also follow them to the doorway. I shall not disturb Your Highness's rest any further.
Wait.
He tosses a fruit at the door. Thud. The impact closes it.
Why are you being formal with me? Back in Zhaole, didn't you follow me everywhere I went?
That was because I was a stranger in a foreign land, and you were the only person I knew. I had no choice but to follow you. Now your highness is a diplomatic envoy, and I am but a humble official in the Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs. I can't neglect etiquette.
We're the only ones here. I'm Raphael, and you're you. Why do we still need formalities? If we must observe etiquette, shouldn't it be the one that befits friends?
Oh! I suddenly understand and immediately offer him a formal bow.
That's from the Central Plains. I'm from Jiaole. Shouldn't we follow Jiaole customs instead?
Waiting for me with a calm, unhurried air, he spreads his arms open in an inviting embrace. Well...
What's wrong? Aren't we good friends?
Just as I raise my hands, I'm pulled into a warm embrace.
You feel lighter than before. Does Yun Shao have nothing to eat? Did you know that golden sunrise on the mountains we waited 5 days to see appeared 2 days after you left? It was annoying. The lamb you once held has grown up. It's quite bold and chases wild horses for fun.
A pleasant fragrance wafts over from his clothes as I'm in a daze. Is this greeting supposed to involve a tight embrace? Your Highness...
I missed you so much.
I missed you too.
I doubt the meaning behind our words is the same. Never mind. As they say, jade needs to be carved to show its worth, and sometimes a stubborn head needs a wallop to find clarity.
Confused, I touch my head as Rafayel bends down to pick up an ornate box from a table nearby.
Do you know why I was summoned to the capital this time?
I shake my head before nodding. At first I was unaware. However, I heard that 2 months ago, Xiaole discovered several substantial mineral deposits, which greatly pleased His Majesty. I suppose His Majesty has summoned you to the capital to reward you and discuss the details of a mining partnership, and...
To prevent Jiaole from harboring ulterior motives and subtly remind me of my place.
Unsure of how to respond, I awkwardly try to move the conversation to another topic. What's inside that box?
It's a polished gemstone from one of the mines. The jewel has a cool texture, and it becomes even colder under direct sunlight. That's why it's been provisionally named Ice Soul Pearl. I plan to present it as a tribute to His Majesty, but there's a problem.
He opens the box to reveal the soul pearl about the size of a longan. Aside from a strange black mark on its surface, it's crystal clear.
It was perfect when I left Jiaole. I don't know when its appearance changed. With your expertise in jade and treasures, do you know of a method to remove this black mark?
I carefully lift the ice soul pearl with a handkerchief. Its coldness strikes my palm. It's truly remarkable, but this also presents me with a dilemma. I've never seen such an extraordinary jewel before. I'm afraid conventional methods are ineffective.
Then this journey will be my last. I hoped I could use it to request a favor from His Majesty. Now I'll be fortunate if I escape without being charged with deceiving the Emperor.
Don't worry, I'll help you. His Majesty is hunting in the western outskirts and won't return to the capital for several days. As long as we fix it before then, everything will be all right.
Then I entrust this and my life to you.
Of course. However, the ice soul pearl is exceptionally rare, and I'm terrified of damaging it. For now, I dare not take any hasty action. It's Rafayel who prompted with a suggestion. You spoke of Mr. Zhu and Yun Xiao. He's a stone expert you greatly admire. I wonder if the venerable gentleman is currently in the capital. No longer dazed, I immediately take him with me to Mr. Zhu's residence. But when we reach the front gate, I find myself hesitating once again. Mr. Zhu has been retired for many years and lives as a recluse. He rarely receives visitors. I'm afraid we'll be turned away if we arrive unannounced.
This is hardly a challenge. Everyone has something they love, even an obsession. If we appeal to his interests, he'll open his door.
Rafayel raises his hand, and his attendant nearby immediately moves to take the gift and knocks on the door of Mr. Zhu's residence. But Your Highness, how do you know what Mr. Zhu likes? Didn't you arrive in Yunxiao yesterday?
Must one wait until arriving in Yunxiao to prepare for such matters?
A soft... Oh, escapes my lips. My curiosity grows. You said everyone has things they love or obsess over. So what about you? What do you like?
What I like is, of course, the finest in this world.
I follow his gaze down to see myself in my somewhat worn official robes. Is this considered exquisite? I have a new official robe. If you like it, I could give it to you. Don't let others know.
What?
The nearby attendant nods to us, and servants from Mr. Zhu's residence open the main gate.
Perfect. Let's go.
Rafayel takes my hand and is about to step forward, but he stops to adjust my official headgear.
You're about to meet Mr. Zhu. Ensure nothing is out of place so you can make a good impression.
Four hours later. When we leave Mr. Zhu's residence, the sky has darkened. Your Highness, Mr. Zhu praised my writing and invited me to visit him any time to discuss precious stones and exchange scholarly insights.
Yes, I know. That's the 100th time you've said those words. I see. When you and Mr. Zhu start discussing scholarly matters, you forget I exist.
Of course not. I remember everything.
Is there a reason to be nervous? It was a joke. Seeing you this happy makes my efforts worthwhile.
I'm stunned for a moment. Then I look at the night sky and realize something's not right. Your Highness, where are your attendants and horses?
I ordered them to return and rest.
You knew we'd be at Mr. Zhu's residence for that long? Was the ice soul pearl a pretext? Did he use this to give me an opportunity to visit Mr. Zhu?
Don't you remember? I was the one who helped you find Mr. Zhu's Boreal region geography. If I'm being honest, I was the one who benefited from your reputation. He only agreed to show me how to fix the ice soul pearl because of you.
An emotion in my heart softens as I recall the packages that have been arriving throughout the year.
Greetings. I received all the mushrooms which have been air-dried and preserved. I used them to make a soup with the wild pheasant I caught while hunting. It was exceptionally delicious. The Boreal region geography you were looking for is enclosed in the package. It's incredibly heavy, so be careful not to drop it on your foot. Don't stay up late with reading. If your eyesight worsens, you'll never be able to ride horses again. Greetings. The ice on the river has melted, but the wind and sand are raging. Visibility is so poor that I can't even see my fingers when I raise my hand. Fishing plans have been temporarily postponed. I'll send you dried fish next month. I found the missing agate. It turns out Fei Cui, the horse you rode, ate it when it was mixed in with its feed. I won't go into the details of the search, but I've scolded it. Hopefully it learns from its mistake.
Raphael's letters were never long, but they always responded to every single point in my letters. It truly made me feel touched. Your Highness, thank you. I promise I'll do my best to help you fix the ice soul pearl.
Is that your only method for expressing gratitude? Isn't there anything else you want to say?
Does he think I'm not being sincere enough? Well, you've sent me so many gifts and remembered all the little things I mentioned. You're a thoughtful friend.
Haven't you ever wondered why I treat you well? I don't have to make an effort to remember things related to you. They're always on my mind. When I pass by the river, I think of the fish you love eating. When I see books, I think of a certain scholar searching everywhere for rare editions. Do you truly believe this is because you're my good friend?
You don't have other friends? Is it because you don't have any other friends?
Excuse me?
I pat his shoulder with a touch of sympathy. Don't worry, I'll always be your good friend.
Thank you, but that won't be necessary.
The horse-drawn carriage stops under a nearby tree. Raphael pats my shoulder.
I'll take you home. Where do we need to go to reach your residence?
I'm not returning there. I must go to the Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs main building.
It's late. What do you need to do?
Didn't Mr. Zhu give us suggestions about fixing the soul pearl? I need to reference various books and find a solution.
Oh, I almost forgot. I shall accompany you. Otherwise, you'll be searching through books alone and won't stop until dawn.
The Imperial Archives is located in the western wing of the main building. It houses everything from regional records from across the land to writings from every school of thought and philosophy. But since there is nothing to line one's pockets with, no one wants to take up this post. It suits me perfectly, however.
Do you have to climb over mountains of books when you work?
Raphael struggles to navigate through piles of texts, but he still knocks one over. I've brought back quite a few books recently. It wasn't this messy before. I defend myself half-heartedly as I lead him to the innermost room. This is my workspace, but I sometimes stay here overnight. Your Highness, please, have a seat. Raphael looks around at the tables, chairs, and cushions.
Where?
Covered with stacks of books. Looking around the cramped room, I push my blanket to one side and pat the bed.
Do you always invite your guests to sit on your bed instead of the seat?
I don't usually have guests. You and I are the only ones who have been here. If you're not comfortable with it, you can...
It's comfortable, spacious, and perfectly suits my taste.
Raphael quickly sits. His mood is considerably better. I move over a small reading table, only to turn and find Raphael has somehow produced 2 exquisitely wrapped paper packages from somewhere.
Tung Ho Shao, Yun Shao's delicacy everyone must try. 1 bite brings joy and banishes worries. 2 bites revitalize your spirit. I finally have a chance to try that snack you recommended. Here, this one's for you.
I take the package, but notice something's off.
Why aren't you eating?
How much did you pay for these?
2 taels.
Looking at the squished, pitiful Tang Hua Shao, I feel my anger boil over. Which shop would commit such a despicable act to steal a visitor's money like this?
Is there anything wrong?
I spring to my feet and dash outside.
Where are you going?
A moment later, I run back with a steaming hot Tang Hua Shao and place the package in front of Raphael. This is an authentic Tang Hua Shao, freshly made. Enjoy it while it's hot.
Why is there only 1?
Only then do I realize I forgot to buy one for myself. I shake my head at Raphael. I've been here so long that I'm tired of eating.
Let's share it.
Before I can finish, Raphael deftly breaks the pastry in half and offers a piece to me. I scoot my small wooden stool over to sit beside Raphael and accept my half of the snack.
The one you bought is delicious.
Having successfully redeemed the reputation of Tang Huo Shao in Raphael's eyes, I feel at ease and break off another piece for him. It would have been better if you arrived 2 months earlier, or 2 months later. Yun Shao would not have only been more fresh and... Yun Shao would not only have more fresh and delicious snacks then, but the scenery would also be more beautiful than it currently is.
It doesn't matter. I've already tasted the most delicious snack and seen the most special scenery. There is no other place where you could find these impressive mountains of books and seas of books.
Stop teasing me. Your Highness, please stop teasing.
I'm not. I'm being sincere. And what's most special is... it's that you're here. So this place has a unique charm.
I open my mouth, only to be unable to think of a response, so I bite my Tang Hua Shao instead. Did the merchant add extra brown sugar today? Why does it taste so sweet? After finishing the pastry, I bring out several boxes of books about minerals and stones. Raphael and I begin looking through them. Mr. Xu said the soul pearl is an extremely cold object. While it can resist toxic heat, it becomes easily damaged over time. We can research minerals with similar compositions to find a way to remove the black mark. But candles burn one after another. We reach the bottom of the boxes, yet I don't find anything. In a moment of exhaustion and frustration, a head suddenly rests on my shoulder as a book is handed to me.
It says... you need to soak the soul pearl in a certain type of wine.
I'm fully alert. My eyes immediately start scouring the words on the page. This wine is of an extremely cold, piercing nature. It's brewed in the water from melted snow pine branches harvested during midwinter, and other related ingredients. Its taste is pure, and its essence is crystal clear. Drinking it thoroughly cools one's body. This is it, Your Highness. We'll go tomorrow. No, today. We'll check every wine shop in Yunshao. The weight on my shoulder grows heavier. I turn to see that Rafayel is already asleep. Several books are open next to his hand. I pause before carefully covering him with a small blanket. We'll head there tomorrow, then. One day later. But Rafayel and I alone can't possibly visit every wine shop in Yunshao. So Rafayel sends his attendants to investigate each establishment in advance as he expresses his desire to properly explore Yunshao. I change out of my official robes. I am about to leave the guest house when Vice Minister Zhou intercepts me at the entrance.
Are you off to see His Highness, milady?
He thrusts an invitation into my hands with a smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Perfect. You can deliver this to him. It's from Duke Zhao.
Duke Zhao?
Yes. Duke Zhao is in His Majesty's good graces. You must ensure His Highness attends. Or else. It will create an unfortunate situation. Who knows what Duke Zhao might say to His Majesty? I hope you understand.
Although I spend my days buried in the archives, I'm not ignorant of the current state of the royal court. His Majesty wishes to strengthen relations with Zhao royalty, which is why he's been showing exceptional generosity to Rafayel. However, not everyone is pleased to see this alliance flourish. I heard of Duke Zhao's reputation. He's inviting Rafayel to a banquet, but who knows if it's actually an ambush disguised as hospitality. So that's why Vice Minister Zhou was enthusiastic about Rafayel before. He must be following Duke Zhao's orders. I am of low rank and lack eloquence. I can only deliver the invitation to His Highness. As for whether His Highness chooses to attend or not, that is beyond my influence.
Persuade him. His Highness will listen to you.
I can't possibly have the status to. Vice Minister Zhou gives me a skeptical glance.
Ever since His Highness arrived at the capital, there hasn't been a day when he wasn't by your side. If you can't persuade him, then who can?
You're mistaken, sir. His Highness merely values our past friendship, nothing more.
He can't take his eyes off you for a second, and you call that friendship?
Watching Vice Minister Zhou storm off with a dismissive flick of his sleeves, I blink a few times. Yet I find myself inexplicably pleased? As soon as Rafayel receives the invitation, he throws it away in a nearby disposal container.
I'd much rather take you horse riding than waste time on that. Speaking of which, what's your current progress? You haven't forgotten everything I taught you since returning to Yunshao, yes?
I remember the lessons. Whether or not I can actually ride a horse is a different matter.
Don't worry. We can do a few rounds of practice soon. I guarantee it'll be so memorable that you couldn't forget even if you tried.
He elegantly unfurls his fan before deliberately waving it before me. On the fan was a figure flailing atop a horse, and judging by the clothing, it's unmistakably me. Why, you...
Don't you like it? I drew it several times before picking the best one to put on the fan. Whenever I look at it, I'm reminded of your gallant figure riding the horse, hanging off the horse, and then existing in a state of unconsciousness on the horse.
Your Highness, please, have mercy on me.
What's wrong? You can draw me on a fan too. I don't mind.
That will look even stranger. I'm speechless. But Raphael doesn't care about my inner turmoil. He pulls me along, continues walking, and waves the fan several more times. At a small bamboo lantern carving stall, I'm bewildered. I can only stare at Raphael, who's sitting on a tiny wooden stool. Your Highness, are you certain you want to do this?
Didn't you say you'd accompany me? You can't go back on your word now. You are good at tasks that require great precision, such as polishing stones. This shouldn't be difficult for you.
The stall owner explains that we shall each carve a bamboo lantern resembling the other. Whoever creates the one with the better artistic essence can take it home for free. At a loss, I gaze at the materials before me. Raphael has already picked up the carving knife. Your Highness, those are two different things. I'm not good at this sort of craft.
Stones and bamboo are the same. Don't stand there in a daze. I won't be upset no matter how badly you carve it. Sit.
All right.
You're truly skilled, sir. This bamboo lantern is so beautiful. It looks exactly like this young lady. The young lady's bamboo lantern is... It's a lantern.
I wish I could bury my head in my collar. Raphael swiftly takes the bamboo lantern in his hands.
The carving is detailed. It resembles me, too. Yes. It's me when I fell asleep and accidentally rolled down a grassy hill.
I was trying to carve you riding a horse and shooting arrows.
These two lines at the top aren't my legs?
I know you're making fun of me. I already told you I'm not good at this. I sheepishly try to take back the lantern, but then I muster up the courage to retort. Your Highness, the one you carved doesn't look like me either. Isn't it too beautiful?
I made it as I appreciated your face. It's the same. Here are the eyes, nose, lips, and chin. Which part doesn't look like you? This is exactly how you are to me.
I don't think so. Your Highness carved me like a delicate jade figurine, but I'm just an ordinary stone, spending my days buried among rocks.
What's wrong with being a little stone? You're a pebble I happened to find by chance. A little stone I want to keep by my side and carry with me every day. No amount of gold, silver, or jade could ever make me part with my little stone.
Those emotions bubble up again. They're somewhat chaotic, somewhat tender, and somewhat impossible to put into words. I reach out, intending to take the lantern, and hear myself redirecting the flow of the conversation. Could you give me back the lantern? I'll take it home and fix it.
Of course not. If you stare at it every day, you might start thinking I actually look like that.
As if afraid I might change my mind, Raphael stands up and leaves immediately. He holds the bamboo lanterns that sway triumphantly.
These are mine. I won't let the two people carved on them be separated.
Several days later, Raphael's attendant discovers that a tavern in the Eastern Market might have the wine we're looking for. I quickly rush to meet up with Raphael, and together we head to the Eastern Market.
Snowwater,
Pine branches. These unique ingredients. If I'm not mistaken, this wine is called Jade Chill.
With a warm smile, the tavern owner strokes his beard and nods.
There should be a few jars left in the cellar. I'll send someone to search for them tonight. You can visit tomorrow to collect one.
Thank you. I thought a rare wine would take a considerable amount of effort to purchase, but everything is going smoothly.
Thank you for being willing to part with your treasure and aiding us in our urgent predicament.
Rafayel hands a brocade box to the owner. Upon seeing its contents, he repeatedly declines to accept it.
You're too generous. It's merely one jar of wine. It's not worth this much.
Part of this is payment for the wine, and consider the rest as my deposit. Whenever you acquire more fine wines, please inform me. I'll have someone collect them.
Unable to refuse any further, the tavern owner thanks him and accepts the payment.
At least allow me to fulfill my duty as a host. As luck would have it, we've hired a theater troupe today. Please, go upstairs to enjoy the performance. I shall prepare a table of exquisite dishes for you.
Do you want to go?
You've always been fond of music. I was actually thinking of inviting you to a performance in a few days. With the most important matter resolved, I feel relieved and cheerfully take out my pouch. I give it to the nearby attendant. Please give this to the troupe leader and ask them to perform several of their best pieces for us. Raphael closes his fan and makes a formal bow toward me.
Thank you for your generosity, my lady.
However, I didn't expect the tavern owner to hire a theater troupe from a foreign land. The melodious flowing tunes create a pleasant sensation in my ears, but I can't understand a single word.
Are you tired?
No, it sounds beautiful. I try to sit up, but I almost fall over. Raphael quickly steadies me.
What they're performing now happens to be a popular piece from Zhao Le. Let me explain.
Raphael flips the fan in his hand and uses it to point out several details.
The opening scene has a young lady introduce herself. She explains how she arrived in a foreign place alone to join her aunt, who runs a business. Now, a young nobleman from a prestigious family enters. He accidentally intrudes upon the young lady while asking for directions, and this is how they first meet.
They've only sung 3 lines. How did you get all that information?
Zhao Le opera is renowned for its fast-paced rhythm and condensed lyrics.
Somewhat skeptical, I nod, only to find that the more I listen, the more off it sounds. You're saying the nobleman taught the young lady how to ride a horse, and she fell from the horse into his arms?
Look, the young lady is raising her hand. That's her swinging the whip.
Nonsense. Someone who just learned how to ride the horse would never have the courage to do that.
These 2 lines are about the nobleman going to the marketplace with the young lady. The 2 are making lanterns.
Why does this plot feel familiar?
This part is about the young lady receiving a letter from home. She's forced to bid farewell to the young nobleman and return to her hometown.
The man on the stage suddenly recites 2 lines that rise and fall rhythmically. I immediately ask a question. What did he just say?
He was expressing his emotions through poetry. The written characters reveal his feelings toward the young lady.
How did he confess?
He's speaking in a foreign language, but it roughly means, "A fish of longing swims in the depths of my heart, hoping to become a clear stream that reaches your shores. I wish to dart."
The drum beats on stage suddenly quicken like pouring rain while Raphael's tone is gentle. It's as if he's confiding in me.
He says his yearning is unbearable. Even if mountains and seas separate them, he still wishes to become a stream flowing toward his beloved.
The drum beats gradually subside, and the quietly flowing melody can no longer mask the sound of my pounding heart.
Do you still want me to translate?
He's not speaking anymore. It's the young lady who's singing now.
The piece is about to end, and the young lady is giving him her answer.
Stunned, I can only stand there. The music stops, and the room is drenched in silence.
This is a rare manuscript, and the rest of the story has been lost to time. People have many different theories about how the story ends. What do you think happens?
I believe the young lady would accept his feelings, and they shall ultimately overcome all difficulties to stay together.
Do you also believe that when two hearts are in harmony, they can withstand any hardship?
This is merely a play, Your Highness. Plays are meant to make the audience happy, but stories in real life don't always turn out like that.
But I believe the perfect ending from the lyrics can happen to us too. Now then, there's a question I must ask. Despite all of my reasons, I'm here only because of you. If you're willing to walk beside me, then I won't fear the hardships and dangers that await.
I don't remember how I returned to the Imperial Archives. When I come to my senses, everything is so quiet that only flickering candlelight breaks the silence. I open a book, but I can't absorb a single word. Raphael's voice keeps echoing in my mind.
On my journey from Jiaolu to the capital, worries surfaced in my mind. I was worried that I might no longer have a place in your heart, since we hadn't seen each other in a year. I was worried that my preparations weren't thorough enough. Suddenly confessing my feelings would make you panic and run. I was worried that I would be rejected. I would have to return to my empty existence without you. But all these fears vanished the moment I saw you. Only then did I realize they were nothing but a resounding call that urged me to go to you. I cannot turn back, so I'll wait for your answer. You don't need to give me an answer now. I won't leave Yun Shao until you've given yourself time to understand your own feelings. I'll wait for you, but don't take too long. How does giving me your answer when we meet next time sound?
What are my true feelings for Raphael? Memories of Raphael flood my mind and settle on a summer night from long ago. Back then, Raphael and I were in one of Jiaolu's small towns. He was secretly investigating local conditions throughout the area, while I was completely absorbed in excavating stones. He prepared to leave early, and we agreed to meet again after returning to the capital, but I was still reluctant to say goodbye to him. Did you say you'd stay here for at least another month?
The truth I needed to find has been uncovered, and certain individuals have been taken care of. I must return.
I racked my brain, trying to think of any unfinished business Rafayel might still have, but there was nothing. In that case, there's no reason for you to stay here anymore.
You want me to stay? Why?
I don't know.
In that case, I have a good reason for staying.
Are you saying it's me?
Yes. If I stay, perhaps I can wait until you figure out why you're reluctant to see me go.
I still vividly remember the relief and joy I felt when he agreed to stay. For the next 6 months, Rafayel remained in that small town as promised. He accompanied me as we trekked across the mountains. He taught me how to ride horses and guided me to a cluster of blooming flowers in the desert. Back then, I had grown so accustomed to having him by my side that I never stopped to examine why. But now, even though I'm not sure how to put it into words, I need to give him an answer. I'll find Rafayel tomorrow and talk things out properly. Early the next morning, I visit the guest house. I plan to collect the wine with Rafayel, but I only find a few attendants.
Duke Zhao sent people to invite His Highness early this morning. A banquet had been prepared, and they were only waiting for His Highness to arrive. His Highness couldn't refuse them, so he had no choice but to go with them. However, your timing is perfect, my lady. We just received news that His Majesty has returned early from the western outskirts. The palace sent a message. His Highness will be summoned to meet with His Majesty in a few hours, but we don't know if he'll leave the banquet.
This is bad. I need to warn Rafayel, and we need to get that wine before he enters the palace. Without any hesitation, I turn and dash toward the door. Then I quickly realize my mistake and hurry back. Where is Duke Xiao's banquet being held? After retrieving Jade Chill, I rush to Wangqing Tower, the restaurant where Duke Xiao is hosting his banquet.
The Duke is hosting the banquet here. No unauthorized persons are allowed to enter.
I'm an official from the Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs.
Ministry of Ceremonial Affairs? I don't care who you are. Nobody gets in without an invitation. There are no exceptions.
Clutching the wine pot in my hands, I nervously think about Raphael's audience with the Emperor. Out of the corner of my eye, I spot a boutique on the street. Mustering my determination, I run in. Sir, I need to buy a set of clothes and a mask. After changing my outfit and claiming to be a maid from Wangqing Tower, I finally managed to sneak inside. After bribing the maid bringing in wine, I place Jade Chill on the tray and follow the other servants.
I have long admired your Highness' artistic talents. May I have the honor of appreciating your paintings today?
Hidden behind my mask, I discreetly glance in Raphael's direction.
I'm afraid I must disappoint you, Your Grace. I'm not in the mood for painting.
Oh? What could be troubling your Highness? As they say, wine washes away 1,000 sorrows. Servants, quickly bring wine to His Highness.
My troubles.
I turn the side of the wine pot labeled Jade Chill toward Raphael. He glances at me seemingly casually before taking it.
There is someone I admire, but I'm uncertain if she will return my affections. This has troubled me to no end.
I feel Raphael's finger tap my wrist. I nervously hold my breath and quickly back away.
I never would have guessed that your highness was a lovelorn soul. But as they say, there are plenty of flowers in this world.
I dash out of the room without stopping, and only pause after rounding the corner. My heart is pounding like a drum. That should do it. Everything should be all right now. Startled by the sound of footsteps, I quickly hide behind a folding screen. A familiar figure appears at the end of the hallway.
Wearing a mask and skulking about, it's very suspicious.
The matter was urgent, Your Highness. Your Highness, I must...
You're afraid of that. Yet here you are.
I only wanted to bring the wine to you.
I got you. You've made the decision to find me, and you're already here. It's too late to change your mind. I'm in your heart, too.
Now isn't the time for that. Rafayel, are you alright?
Why do you call me Rafayel instead of Your Highness?
Because there's some words I can't say to Your Highness. But I can give them to Rafayel.
A fish of longing swims in the depths of my heart.
Hoping to become a clear stream.
That reaches your shores. I wish to dart.
I tilt my head back to look at Raphael's face and ask a question in a soft voice. Raphael, are you satisfied with this answer?
If this is your answer to my question from yesterday, then yes, very much so. However, it's not nearly enough.
Raphael presses his forehead against mine, his eyelashes touching my skin. A ticklish sensation reaches the depths of my heart.
I want to know more about your feelings. I want to know when you first fell in love with me, and if you've missed me in the past year. I want to hear every thought of yours from now on, and every day I want to hear you say, I like you so much, Rafayel.
If I were to stand here and tell you everything, one sentence at a time, I fear I wouldn't finish by nightfall.
Then at least tell me why you decided to look for me.
I cup his face and slightly move back to create some distance between us. I'm too embarrassed to truly confess. It's because I was worried you wouldn't be able to fix the soul pearl before you met with His Majesty.
Oh, in other words, you've discovered that you can't bear to refuse me. You can't live without me. Those emotions kept churning and boiling in your mind. You were so worried that you couldn't sleep, and so you wanted to see me at dawn. Those dark circles under your eyes are the proof I need. Don't you dare try to deny it.
I never expected him to guess my true feelings so accurately. I feel my cheeks burning with embarrassment, but still nod to give him confirmation. Remember how you said that the young lady responded to the gentleman in the play? But the story ended there. I've written an ending for it. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
If only I could see your silhouette, and that I wouldn't need a bridge of magpies to cross. I'd call upon the evening breeze to swiftly carry me to your palace so I wouldn't feel at a loss. I tilt my head and rest my chin on Rafayel's shoulder. I speak softly. Also, I like you so much, Rafayel. Suddenly I feel weightless as his hands hold my waist to lift me. Rafayel's lips brush against my ear, and I feel a tingling sensation on my skin.
I like you too. I really, really like you.
Red silk ribbons flutter behind us, and traditional music plays. But at this moment, all I can hear is Rafayel's increasingly rapid, uncontrollable heartbeat. Standing at the corner of the street closest to the Imperial Palace, I finish the third pot of tea in one gulp. Why hasn't Rafayel returned yet? It's been 4 hours already. I hope nothing happened to him. As I pace anxiously, I finally spot his horse-drawn carriage in the distance, coming through the palace gates. I hurry to meet him. How did it go? Nothing went wrong, I assume. Rafayel leans down, points to himself.
What do you see here?
I don't see anything.
The head upon my shoulders is intact.
A weight is removed from my heart, and I quietly extend one foot.
Why are you suddenly stepping on me? You're so cruel.
Rafayel gently strokes my head and pulls me into his embrace. The Soul Pearl was presented, and your audience with His Majesty is over. What will you do now? Rafayel holds my hand and intertwines his fingers with mine.
For you, I'll find a larger mansion. Then I can stay in Yunshao with you.
You can't. Won't Jala fall into chaos without you? I'm startled until I see the amusement in his eyes and realize he's joking. I relax.
I was desperate for an answer from you, because I was the only one feeling anxious and uncertain.
Rafayel takes my hand and places it over his heart.
It's different now. With you by my side, I won't be nervous anymore. No matter when we set out, which direction we take, or where our destination lies, we'll never lose our way. Move at your own pace. All I need is your promise to never let go. I'll be waiting.
"3 months after the delegation departs, I complete the last chapter of my Jade Atlas and receive permission from His Majesty to return to Xiaola. Driving my small horse cart across the vast hazy plains, I glance at the most carefully wrapped item amongst my luggage. It's a jar of jade chill. This should be more than enough for Rafayel to enjoy. I'll deliver it to his residence at once. Smiling, I turn and see Rafayel waiting under a tree that's not too far away. A familiar wind, the one only Xiaola possesses, sweeps past, yet this time it carries traces of a crisp, cold fragrance.
As expected, you're as punctual as ever.
He opens his arms wide, and I smile as I rush into his embrace. Rafayel, it's been a long time.